Hey everybody, welcome back to Farley's house.
Yep. We're in the community center of Hunrath, aka Farley's home.
Yeah. Look, there's a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Soulmates to the end.
So, when Farley was saying that she got, taken by the seed, she was with her grandma. So, I guess that it took the whole house with her grandma in it. So, like, she and her grandma. So, I guess Farley sort of, like, grew up
in this house.
House here, kind of, and, like...
Yeah, actually, interesting point, because over here is a graveyard. And you can see, like, names, and I remember one of them being Farley. Like a Farley last name. Which made me realize that,
yeah, so her grandma must have died.
Yeah, there's someone named Hunrath, Carl Hunrath, which is, John Farley.
Maybe she was with her grandpa. I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe Roscoe.
Luther Roscoe.
Yeah,
so the gravestones that are there that don't have signs in front, like it took these gravestones from the whole area, and then as people died, they needed a place to bury their dead and to put, plaques up. So they basically just covered up
existing tombstones.
Yeah, exactly. Which, yeah.
So
Steve just turned a projector on.
Yeah, and that gives a clue right there. There's a circle there, and if you remember, that was where I went to that first locked door with the 3-digit number pad. And it was
with the green door.
Yeah, and that's circled there. But and actually when I think the very first time I discovered this was like after you went to bed. So I was walking around here like reading all sorts of shit, and it was probably like, because I remember you were joking about how you're gonna come out of your room the next morning, and then you would just see me like with
you're still up.
Yeah, and like I have like, yarn attached to different pieces of paper. Like it all makes sense. It makes sense now. The Mofang and the Villine, they're all together, and like it's another planet. We're and it's like yeah, and so then like I never figured out though that you could move this projector. I think you did. So like you can move this around. And then what's also interesting is that you can move this slide and move it like that, and then it reveals something else. But you can also pull this down, and
yeah, it's got some kind of like pattern.
Yeah, and
This took us a long time to figure out. This will make sense later on, but it's probably a good idea just to show this now. So like, why don't you pull down that screen all the way? So we had it like this, because that's naturally you're gonna pull it all the way down, and so we had this pattern to work with later on, where like there's like something obviously uses this kind of pattern, but we couldn't figure out what it meant. It didn't make any fucking sense. And Steven went to take a shit in my bathroom, and I'm like playing it and everything, and I do that. I slide the thing up to their X's, and I'm like, oh my fucking god! And then I took a picture of the screen and texted it to him while he's in the bathroom.
Yeah, so that
was one of the greatest moments of this game for me.
Yeah, that was. I think for me it was. There's something to figure out later, and when we get to it, I'll talk about it more. But later on, there is something that for me was like one of the most exciting clues that I figured out. Because there's like a couple times in this game where we were wandering around for what was probably hours trying to figure out like what's the next clue, like what do I have to do next, and like there's nothing that we could find to unlock or anything. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't want to bring something related to what we can see right now.
Yeah,
no,
kind of.
Okay. All right.
Well, yeah, when we get to it, it might be in this episode. I'm not sure.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah. I mean, like, where we are now, it probably took us, like, a whole day to get to, just of, like, pure playing, like,
wandering around and figuring shit out and everything.
Yeah, so, I can't go in there, but,
I know what you're talking about. I know what clue you're... Was I awake during the time?
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe never mind. It was something that I remember that like I woke up the next day and you were like, I figured this out. We were stumped, and then you, while I was asleep, because every fucking night I would go to bed like at like 1:30 or 2, like way late, and then you would be up and you'd be still be playing for like another fucking hour. You got hooked on this game.
Yeah, I was like up until like 4 a.m. some of the nights.
We didn't mention this. I mean, it's episode 3 into it, so by now you probably already know. This game is only $30, or at least it only was when we first got it. And considering that games like No Man's Sky and other games that like I'm not super into are like $60, this is like my fucking type of game.
Yeah.
Like I'm so into this kind of game, and they're only selling it for $30. That's like such a fucking value.
Yeah.
And I'm not paid to say that. I'm just a fan. Oh, shit, I never noticed. When you went through the wall and looked through the other side, there was like a beam of light on the other. Did you see that? Here, go through. And then go through again. And then keep going forward. Like, just walk forward. Just keep going. All the way. Go. Look out in the distance.
Yeah.
I never fucking noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that before. And I'm assuming it's
Whoa.
coming from probably... well, I don't want to say anything yet, but...
No, it's coming from where you came from.
Oh.
It's the complete opposite, so you kind of have a landmark of, oh, that's where I just came from.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was going to say it came... Well, I don't want to say anything yet, but yeah.
Is it time for...
For this? Yeah, we could... Well, I kind of want to start at another point.
The other one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And that'll probably be in this episode, but you'll see.
So what are you doing right now?
So I'm trying to get to the other side of the garage, or like the gas station, because the garage door is closed.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think actually it's down this way.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Yeah, but like, because kind of like how when we first started playing, it was like there was a lot of different ways you could pop out of the other side, and then like towards the end of the game, like you have everything memorized in your head, like exactly where to go and stuff. Yeah. And it's just, with playing it so much.
But we haven't played it for a while. We haven't played through it for when that was before Thanksgiving or after?
I think it was after Thanksgiving.
It was like the main Christmas
weekend that I was
at
over.
my apartment. Yeah.
Yeah. Here is the other one of these things, but first I want to turn this on.
Oh yeah, God yes.
If it, maybe do I turn it down there?
No, I thought you did it here, but maybe it doesn't have power yet.
It doesn't have
power. Yeah.
Yeah, so I might as well while I'm here. Let's do this. So this took me a while to figure out, because I think when I first stumbled onto this, I did this. I turned this on.
And then just kind of stood there.
Yeah, I stood there, and then I thought, well, that's cool. And then, and then, continued walking around. And then that was it. And I didn't think I didn't think much else of it. But then it was you who, when you said turn the lever, you said push this button that's right here. Yeah. After that. And I did, and then this happens.
And then I saw this, and we were both kind of like, wait a minute.
What is... Yeah. And this part's kind of laggy, just, you'll see why.
It's
worth it.
Oh, it's worth it. Man, okay.
Here we go.
That's such a cool effect, though. I love it.
Yeah. So, we saw this, and we're like...
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's clearly a lot more to this game.
Yeah, and once we saw that, because we thought at first, that, western area is, crazy enough. But then you see this shit, and then it's there's other worlds. And there's so much, who knows how much of this game there's going to be, yeah, and you see all this. And then, plus 2 when you warp there, because at first you saw, this gray rock around you, and then it kind of fits in place. So that this is when we realized, these pods, these circular, spherical pods are kind of, warping around with you to these other worlds.
Yeah.
And then that's when you kind of start to get a lot of what's going on, kinda.
Right.
Yes, and then this fucking world is crazy. This
is my favorite of all of them. At least like not like puzzle wise, but like aesthetic wise.
Yeah.
Like just because it's so like misty and like foggy and like.
Looks like you're in a Pink Floyd music video.
Yeah,
there's all these
gears
cogs
and shit. Yeah, cogs and stuff. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's gray. It's depressing. It's a Pink Floyd music video.
Yeah.
We saw this too, and it's like, well, this also has to be like a warp from somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know,
it's because it's
clearly
just so perfect.
Yeah, it's just clearly there, and you see a bug. Oh.
Hi,
Hello.
bug.
It's another one of those bugs. And then yeah, you see like more of them. Like there's like, I think somewhere around here, and like you see this and you're like, Jesus, what?
Yeah, like fuck.
Like there's some lore here.
Oh yeah. It's just so cool. Like just like this kind of like abandoned ruin type
like
look.
Temple almost like a.
Yeah, with all these like machines and shit. God, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. And like the music too, that kind of starts when you like get somewhere that's like of importance.
Yeah,
like it kinda...
I really love how they do the music in this game, because most of the time there isn't music, but like you'll walk into a certain room, like Farley's house, and it just kind of has this like subtle music loop. It's really cool.
Look at this.
Oh yeah.
And then you look at this map here, and then you realize, oh, that's the map of this world here. And then there in the middle is what looks kind of like the tree from Hunrath.
Yeah.
So, like, what's going on with this tree? All sorts of questions that you think of when you're, you know, exploring shit.
So many questions. This whole game is just questions after question.
Yeah. And a bunch of little dots too that form into things. That's another
so
part
cool.
of it.
That really fucks with MPEG compression though, when things move around like that. Like for me it looks like garbage, but hopefully we're capturing it well enough so it doesn't.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry everyone if it looks like crap.
Woo!
Yay. And then look at how perfectly that fits in there.
Yeah.
And here we are back in Hunrath.
Yep. So that was like a little area that was taken out of Hunrath, and it was in the Grey World.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what was there before, it was just like, I think, a rock face, like in the
like
this
a
warp
circular gray rock was just right there.
Yeah, and then like, well, I guess I won't really go to it. I think now what I want to do is I want to get to the other behind the garage in the gas station.
Yeah.
And I want to take the minecart there, because all these series of tracks is what that minecart is on. So yeah, here it is.
Oh, we should mention too, we never really brought it up, but in that workshop there was one of those oh no, you busted it. It was one of those imager things, the holograms.
Oh yeah.
But it was a rock. It was it was showing a rock. It wasn't like a message from a person.
Yeah, it was just like this rock, and then, you know, in a moment you'll see what the deal is with that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, all these these are all like switches for these tracks here, like
I think you can hit them from in the cart though.
Yeah, I always have this habit of like wanting to leave the cart and then hitting them there. But it's kind of like,
it's kind of fucky.
Yeah. I think while you're on the junction, you can hit it and then move forward and then move backward. There you go. Yeah, like that.
Nice.
And so, see how those rocks there? They have this red glow. And that was one of the first, like, notes that we kind of took in Hunrath when we were discovering this place. that, like, why are those, like, some rocks shimmering red like that? And then when we realized that these blue lasers destroy red technology, the Mofang technology, then we realized, oh, you could just destroy the rocks. And then that's a way to, like, get through to somewhere else.
Yeah. And if you go up now, like, you can't really see it from this far away, to where those fake rocks were, you'll see that there's, like, a thing.
I know I'm getting out of the car right now to switch these, but I want to switch a bunch of them, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you, right there, no,
yeah.
Go back. So you could see that was making the rocks.
Yeah. Why they put that there is interesting, and I don't think there's actually a reason. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say they were assholes, I guess.
But it makes you think, like, why did they? Put that there.
That is the thing. I mean, like, I guess there's some stuff in the game that's kind of not really explained, but for the most part, they really, like, everything is kind of there for a reason. Like, even, like, seemingly insignificant things are actually, like, a pretty big fucking deal sometimes.
Well, I think, like, it probably has something to do with when they batten down everything. Like, maybe it was some sort of defense or something, or maybe, you know, it's, I don't know, it's kind of makes you wonder some of these things. But yeah, I think that's the canyon that you come out of, right through there.
Yeah, that's where we started.
Yeah, so then I think it was up. Yeah, it was in these things. This was where we saw the first of those weird red rocks, and it's like back in here. So actually, I think I'm gonna stop and because I think this door opens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah, you should go up to them just so we get a better.
Yeah, so you can kind of see that.
You can see how the because we were looking at that like, how come these rocks are glowing red and none of the other ones are?
Yeah.
And then turns out, you know.
Yeah, this was the reason why. And this one's kind of, some of them are like hard to hit.
Yeah, you have to be at like the right angle and stuff.
And it kind of helps that they give you this little like screen to see through, but it's like so undetailed that it's hard to like see what you're supposed to, like, you know, what you're exactly pointing at.
Yeah,
like,
did you get it?
I hit it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns out no,
you're right.
Yeah, so I think I have to go up a little bit more. That's the real pain in the ass part, is when like you gotta zap something like that, and then you gotta like keep getting out and readjusting your cart. Yeah. You can only get it like this one little sweet spot.
Yeah, luckily, like, this is a pretty heavy section with the cart, and after a certain amount of time, it kind of like you stop using it pretty much. There you go.
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah.
Ow.
So then you, another one of those things.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, here I'm in this. Oh.
Hey, bug. So this is like a scrapyard type thing.
Yeah, and then that's the top of the ramp that we were at, like the.
Yeah, the button right there. That was where the first warp was to the other world. By the way, we were coming up with names just to like easily like say them, and we started calling Hunrath Westworld, because it's like the Wild West, and we started calling the Misty world we were at Blue World.
Yeah, sometimes we'd say Gray World too.
Yeah, Gray World. Yeah, so it's like we got to go back to Westworld and go to the warp to go to Blue World to go back to, you know, like. That's how we were basically talking the whole weekend.
So that, I think, turns the power on, too. You can see, like, that definitely diverts the power up on that line, and it goes up to that pole. I think that goes up to the ramp, so, like, you know that that's how, like, you powered it. Oh. I always forget... I remember, like, at first I'd walk through here and I'd always forget that this thing just, like, moves suddenly.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
But now that there's power, I can open up the garage here. And this kind of creates a shortcut to where we were here.
Yeah, this game is all about fucking shortcuts and like opening up pathways that you couldn't like get to before and stuff.
Yeah. And remember that weird code that we that was in Farley's house in the
Did you take a picture of it?
Yeah, I did. So yeah, that's what that corresponds to, is that it has something to do with this. So
it's such a distinct pattern that like
yeah. So like and it took a while to figure this out, but you can kind of like morph this and create the shapes.
Is this easier with the mouse than it was with the...
Yeah, I think so. 406. I remember there was a 3-digit password on that door that it showed circled on the on that door that we went to before. So like that's basically what that goes to.
Yep.
And might as well put it in that now.
Well, we're gonna have to do it next time on Super Thomas Bros.
Okay.
Yep.
So next time we go to that door and we put that password in, and then we get to see what's there.
It's gonna be rad.
Yep.
You should also turn the ramp on too.
Oh yeah.
Because now that the ramp has power, you can hit the button.
Yeah, and I gotta do that from going this way.
All right, well, thank you for sticking around, everybody. Stay tuned for episode 4 of Obduction.
Yeah.
Coming up in 4 days or whatever.
Yeah, however long.
According to our schedule.
Yeah.
So, hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Walking over here.
Wow.
Walking over in the desert.
Da 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 da. I don't want to go home.
Yeah, I want to go back to my camp spot.
I want to go back to the blue room.
Cool.
I want to go back to my camp spot. I was just camping in Leo Carrillo, and now I'm a fucking Hunrath. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, it's a
this is fucking bullshit.
I didn't even bring any water.
I'm so thirsty.
I know, it's been days since I've had any water. But luckily there's a waterfall that provides all the fresh drinking water.
More water than you'll ever need